Hi, welcome to Build with Képler podcast. Here on this podcast, we build tech, businesses, and cities, hosted by yours truly, Képler Signal. So for this episode, we'll actually be talking about the app that we'll be building out, the app that won. We'll also be talking about an app that we're building for the community. It's going to be called Build with Képler. And I'll kind of just like talk about what we're planning on building, and you guys will let me know what you guys think and what ways, to maybe build it to really be beneficial to the community. So you guys will let me know as I show that to you. And also we'll be adding the tic-tac-toe as its own separate playlist. All right. So this is our short presentation of Sober. So as a recap, Sober is for college students who like to party on Fridays, Saturdays, and occasionally on Sundays. And they want to get home safely. So they find sober riders to drive them to and from these parties. So we really think that, it's more going to be at 1, 2, or 3 a.m. that this product will be used. It is catered around that crowd. That being said, we are hoping to create essentially kind of a small economy for college students to be able to get some kind of revenue stream by driving people around and making sure the other students who are intoxicated get home safely and they're not driving home drunk, so they know they have this resource whenever they need to blow off some steam and party it up as they do. With that being said, this is essentially just kind of a 6 months plan to validate the idea, so we're just giving it 6 months. And within those 6 months, we've kind of went through a kind of a small plan, and we're not right now in a mode of development. We don't have a UI. We did have one. It's gone. That being said, we can just redo it. It's not that hard to do. So our first slide is about the 3-step plan. Like I said previously, we'll allocate 6 months, not 6 months of intensive work, just 6 months time to really flesh out and throw things out and see where it sticks, or if it sticks really. So that is the part of creating a startup or any business really is to see if people will actually want this when you're creating a new product, not something that already exists that there's a market for, but when you're creating something that there hasn't been a market for yet, and you're creating because you see a demand in the market and you're creating that niche. So you have to make sure that the market actually wants it. And so that's the idea. And we want to make sure that we move from one stage to the other. So let's say we go to step 1 and we notice that we didn't fulfill step 1, then we're not going to go to step 3. So we really want to make sure that we follow step by step, so that this also allows us not to waste time and money into an idea that maybe no one cares about, or maybe everybody cares about it. Everybody wants this. And this will allow us to know where are we really? Are we where everybody wants this product, or nobody wants this product? So the first step, which is also step 1 and 1.5, is we want to get the prototype out. We want to have a prototype out and working. So that prototype would actually be Android. It just is a much faster development cycle for myself. I can dish it out much quickly. And once we've seen there's actually interest, we present it to people and they're like, oh, this is cool. Then we'll develop the iOS version and also give it out to people and seeing what they think of the product and if they're going to use it. So our goal right now is to have 100 users within the first week of, I guess, the next semester, but we can start actually this semester and just survey college students. We'll actually go to Concordia, which will actually be quite fun. And I'll see if I can record that, because talking to customers is really, at the end of the day, what is most important, because they'll tell you if this is something that they want, and they'll let you know if maybe there's something else that's better, or if they have a thought about how to make this better for themselves, because the business is not for you, it's for them at the end of the day. So let's say we've met that goal. We've had 100 students that signed up for the product, either by downloading the Android or sending up their email so they can get notification for when the iOS version is out. Then we can go to step two. So step two is that after a month, after a month of having the MVP out, that we're able to generate $100. So $100 is almost no money, and it's a lot of money, because the hardest thing when you're creating a new product is going from 0 to 1. So $100 is enough to know that it's a product that people will use and that people are able to use. And that would also let us know that it's worth it to continue investing time and money and attention into this. So that $100 would kind of like be a seed into this tree of a successful startup venture, right? And once we get to that step, we'll be working on getting our business model locked, figure out like what is the best way to lock that, and also to figure out who would best use this, who is our customer. Because from here right now, there's two universities I've attended that are quite different. We have Concordia University, which is in downtown Montreal, which is an urban university that has a metro station right there. So these students might not need the service because their parties are within maybe a mile radius, and you can just take public transportation for that. They don't have to drive a car to get to wherever they need to go. While UConn, the University of Connecticut in Storrs, Connecticut, is different. It's a rural university. There's not a lot of things around it. There's no public transportation for students who need to get around. So if they want to go off campus, even just a mile, they'll have to drive. There also is no sidewalks over there. And at night, there are no lights either. So walking at night intoxicated is not a good idea, right? So that might be our ideal customer. Well, University or Concordia, they might not care for this. That being said, we do have to test it out. We can't just formulate it in our head and assume it's correct. We do have to test it out and speak to customers, which is, at the end of the day, that's what we have to do. And once we do that, we'll develop it a little bit further, actually have payment processing and things like that, right? And communications. So communications is going to be a finicky thing because we're assuming that like around 8 to 10 students are going to be sober. They're going to be able to communicate easily. Like at 1 to 3 a.m., it might be a little different depending on how much they had to drink. So you might want to facilitate something to make it easier for them to make it super easy for them to find a sober driver. And kind of far ahead into the future, because I kind of like the idea of having a breathalyzer into the phone just to make sure that the students are actually sober when they're giving rides, just like as a extra security. So we'll create like these little hardware that you can just attach that the phone will be able to read. That's something further in the future. It just sounds really fun, and I want to like work on it. But yeah, that's really it. And then the step 3 would be once again to add features on communicating and adjusting the business model, adjusting the product to fit our customers' needs, and actually communicating and getting this product out to the masses, to our customers. So we'll be doing this by going to fraternities, by going to certain organizations, going to clubs, going to classrooms, even like asking professors if we're allowed to use their lecture halls to have like a short presentation. We'll be speaking to parents, things of that nature. And right now we're thinking that ideally we will take a 10% cut of the transactions happening within the app. So this way it's very small. and we'll be focusing on getting volume. So we will want to see what universities can we actually serve, how can we scale within that one university, and then how do we scale to other universities that fit that ideal client, that ideal avatar. Because right now, like I said previously, we're assuming that Concordia University students will not want to use this product as much as students at UConn, because the infrastructure is different, their areas is different, right? And so these are why talking to customers will lead to us discovering that and figure out which is, are the assumptions correct, are the assumptions wrong. And yeah, thank you for watching. We'll actually be building out this project on the YouTube channel, so you guys can tune in and we'll build out the prototype. And I would love to, get feedback as we're building and to teach you guys how to build this project. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to present the Build with Képler app on screen with my emulator. That it's not currently working. My computer has run out of space. I was working on getting that fixed. There's nothing I can really do right now. My computer is full and I don't really have that many files. Most of my files are already on my hard drive, external hard drive, but we got to do what we got to do. So I will actually do a screen recording and I'll add it to the video so that you guys can see what the app looks like. So the goal with the app though is just to house a community. And so I could also learn a lot from you guys, because we are going to be doing big things, like we're building technology, and I'm constantly hitting walls when it comes to learning those things. So I would love to be able to learn from you guys and businesses too. Like I need a lot of help too in business. Currently, I'm working on my sales skills. Right now, I do think my programming skills are good enough. My sales skills are currently the weaker of my skill sets. So it is something I'm currently working on, actively working on. I would love for you guys to show resources and things of that nature, and just bounce back ideas between each other and between other people within the community. And also cities, like cities are quite a large thing to do. So I would love to learn from you guys and also just share more resources, like the books that I've been using, that I've been reading on city building, city planning, urban planning, business, like development of the economics of a city and of a nation, things of that nature. So right now we'll just be going to the app and you guys will let me know what you think about it and what ways would fit best for the community. Build with Képler app. Currently, we do not have a logo. Let me know what you think, because right now our logo is a picture of my face. So I might put a picture of my face or whatever else you guys think would be good. So this is the app. It's essentially like right now, it's really like YouTube, because I really like YouTube's design and things like that. So I'm showing love for YouTube because I love the things, I'm copying it, right? So currently I'll just kind of show you. So when you click this video, it will pop up the video. It would play like it would on YouTube. And we want to actually have our own separate chat rooms for sections of the video so that we can have better discussions. Look at my hair. Isn't it lovely? And so we also want to have like different sections for, like, for example, the tech section will be focusing on one video based on tech. And so this way we garner actual discussion that are related to one thing and it's not all over the place. So we'll just have like chat rooms where people can join in and create chat rooms based on each topic of the video. So for example, if we have a video on this video, right? So you guys could talk about potentially on the sober rides section, and you guys can discuss amongst each other, and with me too. I'll be communicating in the app with you guys so that we can actually have better discussions and we can learn from each other, so you guys can also share content and things of that nature so we can make this better. Oops. And it's the same thing for business and for cities And these will actually be where I share books that I've read, and you guys can also share books, and I'll add it to that. And here, this is going to be an offer page. So these will be things that our company provide to people. So we'll have courses and coaching. So we'll have a course on how to create a landing page. And this is actually for churches because we're creating the church network app. So it's a course for churches because there's a lot for them to increase their engagement, their membership, and their tithe at the church, and also really to help their communities have a closer relationship with God. And so we have other courses. Like this one is actually gonna be my favorite, the coaching program. So I'll be teaching you guys how to build a tech startup in 3 months. So it'll just be, it's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be so fun. And then we'll have other things. We'll have app products that we'll be sharing here. I haven't added all these things. It's still in prototype stage and we're just building along. So yeah, just let me know what you guys currently think, and I'll see you guys in the Build with Képler app. The last thing is the tic tac toe app, the Impossible Tic Tac Toe game. I've actually not been developing it. I've put it to the side. That being said, I was looking at the analytics of the channel, and I noticed that you guys really enjoy the first video. So I want to make sure to complete it. So I'll be working on that, and I might actually do a live where I just show you guys the coding, and you guys will see me just using Google and Stack Overflow and YouTube to create this. That'll be fun. I could do that as kind of a live coding exercise. And yeah, I don't want to be the type of person that starts something and does not finish it. So I'll be finishing it for you guys. And there's a lot of learning to do with that project. So I should just look at it as just a learning exercise on custom views, which I didn't work with until this project because I thought it was going to be hard. And it is hard. Everything has been hard until you do it over and over again and it becomes easy now, right? So that's what I will be doing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for your patience, and yeah, thank you so much. See you next time.